Good morning, sweet world, and welcome to the No Dunks podcast presented by FanDuel. It's Friday, August 7th, 2026. This is The Drop. I'm Jay Skeets here in the Classic Factory, and next to me, it's my Top Shot hot boy, Trey Kirby.
Ayo.
Ayo. And over yonder, making the magic happen, super producer, JD.
Hello.
There he is.
Hello.
Here we are. No task today. He'll be back next week. Don't you worry. Shout out to everybody joining us live on YouTube. Hit the like button, subscribe, share the show. Podcast listeners, 5-star ratings and reviews, and comment away, of course, on Spotify as well. On today's drop, TK, we're going to draft a few of our favorite way too early over-under picks.
Great.
Right? All the lines are out for win totals on FanDuel. We'll pick and draft a few of our favorites. We'll also do rapid fire because it's Friday here, which includes a question inspired by LaMelo Ball's penthouse. Quite an aesthetic that he had.
Interesting.
Alien Clown Core, they were calling it.
Alien Clown Core. Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
It looks like a place that should have a skee ball machine.
100%.
But I mean, maybe it didn't. I don't know.
It very well could have.
Yeah, we didn't see everything.
No, we didn't.
Yeah.
No, we didn't. But first, we have some NBA news, and we're starting with fun guy. That's right, Pablo Torre. Also a fun guy, but I'm talking about Kawhi. Pablo Torre finds out, reported last night, that Kawhi Leonard had a second undisclosed sponsorship deal while with the Clippers. So the podcast, citing multiple anonymous sources, reported that Kawhi had a previously unknown deal with Daktronics, which is a company that actually manufactured the Intuit Dome's incredible Halo video board. They are in the business of making these incredible video boards.
That makes more sense. I thought Daktronics was Dak Prescott's conscious hip hop project. Daktronics.
No, it's the video board. And that's maybe the tie here to the Clippers.
Yeah, baby.
So Pablo interviewed someone identified, again, as an anonymous high-level source under contract for the Intuit Dome who alleged that the sponsorship deal was, quote, 1,000% a way to circumvent the salary cap. It was funneling money from the Clippers through Daktronics back to Kawhi. So some similarities possibly to the whole aspiration cap circumvention. And remember in mid-July, The Athletic did report that the NBA's investigation and investigators had examined a previously unreported endorsement deal with another company. And then we got Pablo having this whole Rhode Island Football Club thing, but that I don't think was the one here. It seems
They
like
said
it's
they haven't
this one.
been
That's right.
contacted by the investigation.
That's right. That's right. So it feels like it's this one.
Feels like it's this one.
Yeah.
Because this is basically the exact same playbook as the aspiration side of things, at least how it seems. We got a struggling company that is involved with the construction of the Intuit Dome. Steve Ballmer steps in, gives him some money, and then suddenly there's some Kawhi Leonard endorsement deal that exists for millions of dollars, which Kawhi is doing nothing for. You throw in the fact that Daktronics is like a brand-to-brand thing. They've never had a celebrity endorser.
Right.
In the entirety of their 60 years as a company together. You can't imagine a world where you need an endorser for a Jumbotron company. It's not like you're watching Game of Thrones and they give you 30 seconds beforehand. Hey, you want a new Halo board for your house?
Right.
We got Kawhi Leonard to pitch it. Doesn't make any sort of sense that this one would happen, but this is part 13 of the scandal via Pablo. I guess this is, now that we're in August, is it month 11? However long this is happening. I think it started in September of last year. How much smoke is there going to be before Silver just decides to invoke the clause? That's the question to me, because there are so many things, this being the second one. This, to me, is more along the lines of the aspiration thing than the RIFC thing was. Even in Pablo's podcast today, him and Amin are basically saying, we didn't really actually tie back the RIFC to the Clippers. It just seemed odd.
Yeah.
And maybe it is weird, because why does Kawhi Leonard have part of a team in a second division in Rhode Island?
Well, yeah.
Why? You know, like
expanding the portfolio.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he's into trees, Halo boards, and second-tier soccer.
Hey, man,
everybody knows that about
Kawhi
Leonard.
Your money everywhere, man.
But there's a lot going on, and this one feels so similar to the first one we found about. That's like, this seems even worse for the Clippers.
Yeah, this one might be more damning in a way because at least with the aspiration scandal, like. Well, they were scam artists, you know, they were crooks. They went to jail, that whole thing. So there's like that sort of like muddles up everything. And even the Clippers, I guess, are sort of on record, or Ballmer, like, well, we got scammed. Like they got us, you know, as well as other people. And there were other celebrity endorsements with aspiration. From what we know right now, like you said, they've never done this, Daktronics. Why would they have another celebrity endorser? Yeah. So if Kawhi's the only one, that is extremely weird.
Yes.
And maybe does not look good. Again, if the money is like being funneled. Because that's the thing. There's nothing really, from what I can tell, there's nothing actually illegal if Kawhi and his representatives had some weird endorsement deal with Daktronics or whatever company.
Right.
That's fine.
Yes.
Even if you don't do anything for them, weird, but still fine. But if the money, of course, is being sent from the Clippers and Ballmer through these companies to then get to Kawhi, well, that's illegal under the CBA, and should be, and we don't know if he will be, but could be penalized.
Yeah, I guess we'll see, because weren't there reports last week that the investigation was nearing a close and it was just a matter of Adam Silver deciding what kind of punishment would be acceptable to Steve Ballmer from his side of things, considering they're going to have the money to appeal, go into litigation with regards to whatever the league decides should be the punishment coming down. But I don't know. At the very least, it's like everybody who is not part of the investigation thinks the Clippers are guilty, right? Like, who is really defending the Clippers here outside? I'm sure there's Clipper fans. I'm sure there's people who are like, there isn't a smoking gun. And maybe that's why the investigation is taking so long. Maybe it's hard to find the equivalent of the email that buried Joe Smith and the Timberwolves back in the day. Like that, maybe that doesn't exist. So they have to keep looking for stuff. But I just keep coming back to Silver can use this clause that's like, if there's no other explanation, we got to do something about it. And just so much is happening with Pablo that we're like, there's a second investigation. That one that we thought was the second investigation wasn't even that, you know? So I just think something has to happen soon. And I don't know. How are you feeling as a Raptors fan? Like, do you just want the Raptors to back out of this?
I don't know at this point. I guess I keep coming down to, it really is how much is Kawhi, if at all, going to be penalized for any of this?
Sure.
Like the Clippers side, again, there's so much smoke to this. Even when you go back to Uncle Dennis, obviously, who was sort of the representative for Kawhi, who's been let go, by the way. You know, sure, convenient, right? Obviously, see you later, Uncle Dennis. You were maybe one of the shady characters in all of this, asking for the moon, because you're on record asking the Raptors, you're asking the Lakers, like, hey, we want this, we want that, we want this. And they're like, we can't legally do that, man. So it's not that far-fetched to then like, okay, well, then they ask the Clippers, and maybe they go, well, we can't give you this, or we can't give you a stake in this, but you know what we could do? Like, it's not that unreasonable to see how you could maybe get there. Anyway, I just wonder, like, Kawhi himself, I still feel like is not going to be penalized all that much, because he's always going to have the buffer of representation, too.
Very true.
Right?
Yep.
Like, he gets to go, well, that was Uncle Dennis, or that was my rep, my agents. Like, so, I mean, whether you believe it or not, that's up to you. But it feels like the Clippers are the ones that have to get, like, just smoked here with, obviously, the $1 million fine or whatever you can get up to. He was allowed to, Silver and the CBA, because of their deal, the violation. Strip them of draft picks. Obviously, again, penalize Ballmer. And I guess you could get to the voiding of the contract and all that, but I don't know. I think it's really good Clippers that should and will get nailed here eventually.
Yeah, definitely. They are the party who's going to be most at fault, and at worst, like, maybe they void Kawhi's contract, but then he can just sign with another team. He probably wouldn't be able to sign specifically with the Clippers. That's fine. He's already been traded away from the Clippers. So maybe the Raptors do just wait this out, but it's like, it's going to be close to the NBA season soon. It's August.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, they're going to be reporting for training camps. We've heard that this might go on into 27. We're getting new information. Maybe this is not new information to the investigation, but It just feels like it should have been wrapped up. We were talking about it being wrapped up at the trade deadline. We were talking about it being wrapped up at All-Star Weekend.
Oh my God.
For Intuit Dome. That's half a year ago at this point. It doesn't feel like it's going to stop anytime soon.
And I've said before already on the podcast here, and sort of answer your question again about Kawhi of it all, like, I am a little terrified that this is going to completely derail a Raptors season.
Sure.
Whether he's there or not, or Ingram and Grady Dick are back to, like, I'm sorry, that's not how you want to start a season where you had some promise, some potential, building off of last year's playoff performance. Like, I would think that would have some effect on the makeup of the team, the locker room, the roster, just the vibes of it all, if you want to get as simple as that. So, yeah, as a Raps fan, no, this is not great.
Not great.
Not great, Bob, at all. So we'll see what happens in part 14 of Pablo's investigation here.
I don't know if there will be a better line than when Amin said, Halo board man gets paid.
Yeah,
that was bars. I had to tip my cap to that
I didn't think Amin had the greatest impersonations in last night's episode.
No.
I didn't think he brought his A game there, but that was a good line. The Halo board man gets paid. All right, we'll leave it there. Let's hear your thoughts. I mean, people...
Yeah, next Friday, which Kawhi investigation we're going to be talking about. It's like a weekly thing at this point.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, what? Oh, that'd be a fun game. Try and predict the next weird company that maybe the Clippers were allegedly funneling money to Kawhi. Like you said, we got the trees. We've got a Rhode Island Football Club in a league I didn't even know existed, and then now we've got this the Daktronics video board company.
Yeah,
what?
Very cool.
Where could we go from here? You know, I would like to see though. Pablo Torre finds out on the Intuit Dome's Halo board.
Ooh.
Wouldn't you like to watch an episode?
Yeah, I'd love to. I'd love to. I couldn't believe it, man. He said that if you add up all of the square footage of the Halo board, it's bigger than an acre?
It's freaking huge.
That's humongous, man.
Yeah.
I don't even have an acre of land at my house, let alone video boards.
Massive, man. A lot of toilets, big board, baby.
A lot of toilets, big board.
All right, let's get into some other news from the last couple days. Phoenix Suns forward Dillon Brooks. Good old Canadian boy. Good old Canadian boy, maybe not. The villain,
Canadian
Dillon
boy.
Brooks,
Yes.
Canadian boy, agreed to a 3-year, $73 million contract extension through 29-30. So Dillon Brooks, for now, staying with the Phoenix Suns there. TK, your reaction to this
This
one?
is a good deal. I think for both sides, Dillon Brooks is going to be signed from basically age 31 to 34 with the Suns at essentially 12 to 14% of the salary cap. The $73 million looks crazy for Dillon Brooks, but the fact that it's, less than even 20%, I think is a good deal for the Suns, and still a lot of money, obviously, for Dillon Brooks. He's a good player, had a great season last year for the Suns, a great culture setter. If you throw out the first couple of years of his career, he's played on a winning team the last 6 seasons. I also think this is a tradable deal. He's got $20 million on his contract this year, followed by 22, 24, 26. I just love those even number bumps. That's really nice. But $20 million for a team that decides, like, yeah, we could use a wing stopper, a guy who can score a little bit. Maybe the Suns are able to get some draft picks back if they decide to change up their team. Like, I think they're going forward basically running it back last year. They've got the big, huge deal for Devin Booker up top. They lost Grayson Allen. They lost Royce O'Neal. Luke Kennard, come on down. That guy's going to be looking so tan. Only 32 games for Jalen Green last year. So the Suns are like, I don't know. They are running it back. They had 45 wins last year. I saw their over-under is 38.5. That's quite a drop-off considering they're bringing everybody back. Man, I don't know. I guess the lack of tanking teams maybe is part of the reason for that, but I think they can be decent. But if they ever decide this just ain't working, we don't like being stuck in, 6 through 11 or whatever they may be in the Western Conference, they could move off of Dillon Brooks. I think he's a player that would be valuable to other teams as well.
I agree with that. Love him or hate him, he is a floor raiser. He just absolutely is. He's proven that in all these spots, like you said, Memphis, Houston, now in Phoenix. He helped establish that new culture there. He helped lead them to 45 wins. He scored 20 points per game. Now, he missed some time, but that's pretty impressive because he's known more for his defensive side of the floor. And Phoenix went from what? They were like near the bottom of the league defensively the year before he came to top 10 on defensive part. So that's him as the primary wing defender. I mean, he is always taking the best player on the other team. So he obviously has a part in that. So that's impressive. I saw this. You're right. You see 3 years, $73 million. It looks like a lot. But then when you sort of break it down, you're like, well, he was actually not making, he was making almost similar number. Like he was coming off of like a $21.5 million deal. So it's like in the ballpark, and he had a great year. So it's not bad. As Bright Side of the Sun put it too, this extension is about far more than keeping a productive rotation player. It's a bet on identity. And the Suns have spent this past year or so trying to establish this culture of toughness, accountability, competitiveness, and stuff like that. And he's been at the center of it, and he should be paid for that. And you can always trade it.
You can always trade it.
All these contracts that they've done here, these extensions, Dillon Brooks, 3 years, $73 million. Mark Williams, 3 years, $38 million. Colin Gillespie, 4 years, $48 million. And Jordan Goodwin, 3 years, $19 million. Those are all good players, and they all could be moved, packaged together or not. So it's like they're not I don't think any of those will be, oh my God, you've sunk your team and you'll never be able to get off those unless you attach a pick or something like that. I think they'll all be tradable if you even want to. And they're all rotation players. So good work here. It's just now, 45 wins last year. You said the over-under is much lower. That's why I avoided that one when we got to over-under picks. I was like, I'm not going to touch that one. I feel like they shouldn't be that much worse. But where's the growth in this team? I think it's Jalen Green is what you're hoping for.
Yeah, he only played 32 games last year. There were times when he was the only scorer for the Suns out there when Booker was missing some time. So I would actually probably go over 38.5 wins for the Suns. Though they were decently healthy last year. It's weird because I do like all of the deals that they've done, except for their top 3 deals. Like Devin Booker, I'm sorry, it's not going to be worth $68 million in 2030. Jalen Green, not a fan of his contract, and Miles Bridges, just not a fan, period.
Right.
But once you get to like 4 through 12, I'm like, hey, let's go.
Yeah, these are all good players, good deals. Yeah, it's a good point. Like gives them a lot of flexibility with those, like you said, 4 through 12 deals, very tradable contracts. You would expect most of them to hold positive value. So we'll see. But Dillon Brooks, this got paid. Can't imagine his next deal will be bigger.
No,
annual
not
at this point, like you said.
Years. But they were sending this guy to China after he was leaving in Memphis. Turns out he wasn't the problem, and the team completely fell apart when he left. Just something I noticed. Yeah,
Dillon Brooks, man, gets paid. All right. Also, they're going to wait on this guy, the Wizards' big man Anthony Davis. He became eligible to sign an extension yesterday, August 6th. But according to our guy, Josh Robbins at The Athletic, any meaningful talks between AD and the Wizards about a possible extension are going to occur during the 26-27 season, not before. Because we were keeping our eye on that date, that August 6th. Okay, that's when he can do it. So they say, hey, both sides, I guess, want to sort of see what we're working with here when we get to the actual season. And I think that makes some sense.
I think this is smart for both sides, especially for the Wizards. I think Shams additionally reported that they're going to wait like 20 games, which I think is pretty funny. Okay. They're like, we'll decide by December. Maybe you'll get a nice Christmas present. But the Wizards basically just want Anthony Davis to prove that he can stay healthy. 33 years old. The last 3 seasons, he's played 20, 42, and 51 games. They want him to demonstrate, I guess, 20 games worth of your playing on the floor before we're giving you this gigantic deal. From Anthony Davis's perspective, the Wizards have to prove a little something to him, that they're building something that's sustainable. He gets a chance, I guess, to earn his last big contract, but I'm a little nervous for the Wizards because I see the scam here. He's going to get healthy.
Yep.
They're going to be like, nice, man. Anthony Davis, Trae Young, we've taken a step forward. We got AJ DeBonsa. They're going to give Anthony Davis a big deal, and he will immediately request a trade.
Yeah.
And I think that's maybe part of this as well. He's saying, okay, I can bide my time here for 20 games. Let's see what happens with Joel Embiid. Let's see if he's able to stay healthy for 20 games. Or the Sixers are like, hey, let's revisit that Embiid for Anthony Davis swap. So I don't know. Anthony Davis apparently is eligible for a 4-year, $275 million extension, which would run into AJ DeBonsa's second deal. That could be a problem down the line. But I think this is smart to kind of just like, let's see if you can play, buddy. I mean, could they have tried to play them last year? Of course they could have, but they didn't want to.
No, because you wanted to hit that number 1 pick.
It worked,
and it worked out. It did work out. Yeah, and even from AD's side, like you said, I almost get him wanting to wait a little bit too because how good is this team? How good are these kids along with Trae Young? Like at this point, you got to assume he does want to win when he's out there on the floor. He previously expressed skepticism about the Wizards, like ability to go from basically the league's worst team to like a contending team, a team even in the playoffs. So everybody's just going to wait and see. But I'm with you. Like, if you're doing fantasy basketball here, I feel like Anthony Davis could be a sneaky, like, not sleeper pick because he obviously puts up numbers, but like, he could have some monster numbers through the first 20 games of the season on this squad. So maybe something to consider if you're in the drafting games, in those drafting streets. We'll see if he can play, though. That's the big thing.
I'm in scroll mode here. I'm trying to find the Washington Wizards over-under for this season because it's surprisingly higher than I thought.
I almost took the under when we get into our over-unders. I didn't in the end. It's like in the 30s. I want to say it's 35.5 or something, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. But what is it specifically? I can't tell you because I'm just
scrolling.
Whoa, 32.5.
It's lower, yeah.
32.5. Interesting. They won 17 last year. Is that right?
Yeah.
15 more games. I mean, you're adding 3 starters to your team in Trey, AJ, and AD. 32.5. That's a lot, though. Yeah.
It's a good line, though. It's a good line. They got in the right spot. You don't think they will?
I would not bet over on that one.
Well, I mean, that
I would not.
Segues perfectly into our next segment here, the real meat and potatoes of today's Drop Podcast. We are drafting our favorite way too early over-under picks. All of these odds by way of FanDuel, of course. So we'll do 3 rounds of this. We'll go back and forth. You can go over, you can go under, you can go wherever you want. I think what we're looking at here is sort of like, you saw the line. They've only been out for maybe a week or so, maybe even less. The win totals for each team. Your gut reaction, right? You're like, okay, look, it's early August here. Things can change. Maybe even when we do this again closer to the season, you'll even change your mind about the over-under. But for this purpose, it's like, oh, my gut says I like that over or I like that under. So get us started. Where do you want to go?
First one that stuck out to me, the Miami Heat, their over-under is 44.5 wins, and I like the over. They went 43-39 last season. That's with Tyler Hero playing 33 games, Norm Powell playing 58 games.
Yep.
Those are 2 of their leading scorers, and they missed huge chunks of time.
Yep.
They're obviously both gone now. Hero to the Bucks, Norm Powell to the Bulls, but they got Giannis. Ever heard of him? Pretty good. They got Bobby Portis. They got Tim Hardaway Jr. I think the offense is going to be the bigger issue for the Miami Heat because I think they're going to be a great defensive team. Just having Davion Mitchell and Wiggins alongside Giannis and Bam. Finished 13th in the league in defense last season. I think the Heat should easily be a top 10 defense this year. And when I look at the top 10 defenses last year, actually the 11 best defenses, the 11th best defense won 45 games. I think the Heat will be closer to the top 5 than the top 10.
Yeah.
So to me, that just guarantees them 45 wins of playing hard, playing defense, having enough Giannis. Obviously, the reason this would go under is if Giannis misses a huge chunk of time like he did last season. So I went and looked at the Bucks over under last year, 42.5. I do think that this Heat team without Giannis is better than last year's Bucks team without Giannis.
Okay.
So
yeah.
I think they would have 3 better players before you'd take anybody from last year's Bucks team. So I like the Heat over. I think they're going to be motivated. I think that Giannis is going to want to prove something after finally leaving Milwaukee after a couple of seasons of trade rumor hell for this guy. So I'm looking forward to seeing what Miami brings. I don't know if I think they're a championship contender this year. I think that's more likely next year when they're able to get some vet min guys, but for this season, give me the over 44.5.
I thought this line was shockingly low
Tiny,
for
right?
Vegas with Giannis coming to the team. You're like, I don't know. You'd think they'd bump that up, closer to 50 or 48.5, something like that. So 44.5 doesn't feel all that impressive. Feels like an easy hit. I mean, you always got to be skeptical at times with these, but I'm with you. I was leaning over. I didn't draft them, but I'm leaning with you. I did want to get your opinion on a poll I saw the Miami Heat had up on their socials. Which nickname are we giving the Bam Giannis duo? Did you see this?
No.
All right, let me give you the 4 options. The poll's still live. 5 days left, over 16,000 votes. All right, Bam and Giannis duo. Here are your 4 options. Bad Boys, Smash Bros, Rim Reapers, and the Biscayne Barrier. What would Trey Kirby be voting for? Yeah. Bad Boys, Smash Bros, Rim Reapers, and the Biscayne Barrier.
That's tough.
Do you like any of them?
I actually do.
Yeah,
I think the first 3 are decent.
Yeah.
You can't be the bad boys.
Well, the Pistons already retweeted. Like, sorry, buddy. You can't
No
be
offense.
that.
You just can't be the
I agree.
bad boys.
Although I think they're going bad boys. Will Smith,
and Martin Lawrence,
yeah.
for sure. Yeah. Mike Lowry. Bring back Kyle Lowry. Yeah, I would like to see that. If they
Anybody
do
got
that,
any
I give the
sugar?
dispensation.
Okay. So what?
Side quest here. I heard the new Bad Boys was good. Like Bad Boys 4 or whatever one came out.
When did that one come out?
Last year, 2 years ago, something like that.
JD,
Never dipped in.
have you seen it?
I have not seen it.
Bad Boys Ride or Die.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of the Bad Boys franchise, I have to say.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I am. But I haven't watched this.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen the last 2.
Yeah, I don't.
Maybe
I
next
don't-
summer. Maybe next summer. That's our
Ooh.
series. Be a curveball.
Yeah.
Hey, it's sort of adjacent to Fast and Furious, feels like, right? I mean, over
Similar
the top.
style, I would think. Yeah.
Fast
Yeah.
cars and stuff.
Ultimately, I guess Smash Bros.
Okay.
Yeah, Rim Reapers is a little too cutesy for me.
Sure.
Definitely not Biscayne Barrier. So ultimately, I'm going to go Smash Bros.
Well, right now, as of recording this on the Friday, I mean, we're live here for everybody on YouTube, but 34% to Rim Reapers. So that's in
Okay,
the lead.
okay.
But it's a pretty tight vote. 28% Smash Bros, 24% Biscayne Barrier, and then Bad Boys coming in last there, 13%.
Okay.
Yeah, so sort of evenly split. They came up with a decent number of potential nicknames for the two of them.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah.
Who's the Will Smith and who's the Martin Lawrence
Yeah.
between Giannis and Bam?
I think Will Smith is Bam. Even though I know Will Smith, the bigger name, so that would be Giannis. But personality, I feel like Giannis is more the Martin Lawrence. I think he's more.
I think you're right.
He's
Yeah,
more
you're
of
probably right.
the goofy, sillier guy.
Yes, that's definitely true.
So I'm going with personality.
Perfect. Yeah.
Okay, good. All right, so I'm going to piggyback off you taking the Heat over 44.5 wins because I'm going to take the Bucks under 26.5 wins. I'm going to tell you their sort of depth chart right now. Their guards on the Bucks: Ryan Rollins, Tyler Hero. Those two will probably start. Kevin Porter Jr. They drafted Braden Burries. They got AJ Green and his muscles. They got Gary Trent Jr. on a very weird contract.
They do.
Let's investigate that one, Pablo. Yakachunas from the Heat, obviously, and Karis LeVert. Careless Pervert, as we sometimes call him. He's one of their guards. Forwards: Jaime Jaquez Jr., Kyle Kuzma, Nate Amen, who they drafted, Usman Jang, and then Bogi Markovic, who's a Serbian guy coming over and should be playing. Centers.
Bogle job, huh?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yes, that's right. They call him Bogey.
Bogey.
That's what I'll call him. Much easier. And then Miles Turner, Khalil Ware, and Jericho Sims. Like, okay, there's some names there, but that is not a very good roster. Also, how many goddamn guards do they have on
got
that
a lot of
roster?
guards.
That's a lot of guards. That's just too many guards for the amount of minutes available in these backcourt positions. So that's going to be interesting for Taylor Jenkins to figure out. They do apparently are still interested in this Peyton Watson sign and trade possibility. Their name is still in the mix there. We'll see what happens there. But I just think there's so little pressure here after Giannis has left to actually win. They don't have their draft pick, right? So, because like some people would push back like, well, you got to stay out of the relegation zone now. You can't be the worst of the worst. Yes, but doesn't really matter to them. It doesn't really matter. They don't have their pick.
a great point,
So there's got to be some bad teams, and I think they're going to be one of the worst teams in the league. I just think 26.5. I was a little shocked. I thought it'd be a little lower because there are teams that are like 20.5, 21.5. I thought they would be a little in the that range, 22.5 or something. I feel this a bit high, 26.5. So I'll take the under. I don't think it's going to be a fun winter in Milwaukee.
Yeah. Was it fun last year? I don't think so either.
No, it wasn't. But
at least that's gone. At least they have their team. The question for me is just how few wins are going to go to the worst teams in the league. The last 3 seasons, the worst teams have had 17, 17, and 14 wins.
yeah, right.
And like you're saying, the lowest over-under that FanDuel has right now is the Kings at 20.5. So in general, they're expecting teams to be better, I think. But 26.5 is a lot of wins.
Yeah.
However, there's a lot of guys I know on the Bucks. Like, you listed a lot of players that are legitimate NBA players. I think they have more NBA players this season than they had last year.
Yeah. I guess we'll see how it all works. And you're right, the Giannis cloud of it all is gone. But here's the thing: shouldn't this whole season just be about like assessing like who are the keepers, where's the chemistry? Like it's not like wins and losses. I don't think it's growth. Your 2 obviously draft picks. You'd hope to see some opportunity. Let them play with these guys. the Tyler Hero of it all. Like, are we keeping him or are we not? I think he'll be there at the start of the season, but like, I just think it's not going to be W's and L's, and that's not part of the program here this year, and nor really should it be, especially when you don't have your pick. Like,
well, but look at what the Pelicans did last year. They didn't have their pick. They had 2 rookies, and they went balls out during the last half of the season because they didn't want to give a good pick to the Hawks.
I guess, yeah, fair.
But that's just such a high number.
At the end of the day, I just don't think it's a good team to win a lot of games.
I agree.
Also, there's not many that bad teams in the Eastern Conference. Like, there's a few.
Nets are at 24.5. Bucks are at 26.5. Bulls are at 29.5.
I think the Bulls are better than this Bucks team.
Really?
Yeah, but I'm a Caleb Wilson believer. I'm all in on this
kid. He's a rookie,
kid.
Man.
I love this kid.
Look, so do I. He's gonna lead the Bulls back to the promised land, but there's more NBA players on the Bucks than there are on the Bulls.
Fair. The Nets, okay, that's definitely a
Nets
toss-up.
I think are the worst.
Yeah,
in the
that's
East,
a toss-up.
Well, I mean, they got Porter and Randall too.
Okay, but
teams are gonna be better this year.
Well, okay, I was just gonna ask you, do you think there will still be a team that doesn't win 20 games this year?
No, I think every team's over 20.
Wow. I mean, I get the thinking with the change of the draft and all that, but I'm not so sure. I mean, injuries happen. Again, teams just suck. It turns out some teams just suck.
Yep.
Which could be one of these teams. So I'm going under 26.5 though. We're not talking 20.5.
No.
We're talking 26.5. I'm taking the under.
Yeah, they could be a 25-win team.
Sure. And they see what they have with some of these guys. Next round. Who are you going?
I got a bad team too. The Memphis Grizzlies. I like their over 29.5 wins. Last season, they went 25 and 57. The 3 highest minutes played for the Grizzlies last season were Jalen Wells, a second-year player who was a second-round draft pick, Cam Spencer, who was a second-year player and a second-round draft pick, and Cedric Coward, who was a rookie. These are real names of players who played last season for the Grizzlies. Tyler Burton, Adama Alpha Ball, Lawson Lovering, Jemai Myshek, Toby Akani. Heard of any of these guys?
How many of those did you make up?
Those are all real names.
My God.
They had 2 guys who could have been named Aldama. They had Santi Aldama, and then they had a guy named Adama Alpha Ball. Amazing. Only 11 games for Zach Edey. He was awesome when he played.
Yeah.
The Grizzlies were plus 17 points per 100 possessions in those 11 games. I mean, obviously a very small sample size. I don't even know how healthy Edey is right now. He's coming off basically 2 straight summers of having ankle surgeries, or 2 straight years having ankle surgeries, but I assume he's going to play more than 11 games. Who knows if that's the case?
Yeah.
Even if he doesn't, they added Jeremy Grant. They added Isaiah Stewart. They added Quentin Post. These are vets that have size. D'Angelo Russell's there for the time being. Chris Murray's there for the time being. And I actually think Cam Boozer is going to be helpful as a rookie. Like, you're in on Caleb Wilson? So am I. I think Boozer is going to be a productive rookie as well. Ty Jerome, I'm a fan of this guy. He's coming in healthy. He barely played last year. Scottie Pippen Jr. barely played last year. It's year 2 for Cedric Coward. There's no drama there. There's no expectations. I think they could easily get to 30 wins.
That's all they got to hit. You said 29.5.
29.5 is the over-under.
30 is pretty low bar there. If they play, if guys are healthy.
Yeah.
That's a good one. I don't mind that one all. I'm with you, Cam Boozer. I mean, it feels like, especially if they have success winning, and he's helping get to some wins here, like he'll be in the Rookie of the Year conversation. Sure. Maybe he won't. Maybe he will. Maybe he won't have the numbers of some of the other guys. But if there's team success and all that, that'll play a part, as it sometimes does in the narrative for Rookie of the Year. It seems to have had a little bit more recently. So, all right, I like that one. I can get behind that one. I mean, I wouldn't be locking it when we get there.
Definitely not. Definitely not. They're still young.
Yeah, exactly. But you want to see the progression, like the little improvements off of course, last year. So 30, it's not a lot, especially if you believe that there's sort of, because of the change to the draft, that the floor for the worst teams of the teams that are bad, like, does get bumped up. Then in theory, everybody gets bumped up a little bit, or maybe everything comes together in the middle a little bit more. Okay, so you got the Grizzlies. My next pick, I'll go in over here. Give me the Rockets. Over 46.5 wins. That coming by way of FanDuel, that line. They won 52 games last season. And they got 32 games from Steven Adams. And they got 0 from Fred VanVleet. So they should be better this year, not worse. And then basically, a lot of their team is back. VanVleet is the key piece here, though, because shot making and just being a floor general with some poise at the end of games, that should help one of their biggest weaknesses last year, which was in clutch situations. It was like, KD, please save us. Please hit the big shot. Please do anything. And it didn't really work. They were 22 and 23 in clutch games when the score was within 5 points in the last 5 minutes. The Rockets were 1-7 in overtime games last year. It's sort of just odd as you got the extra 5 minutes and they basically only won one of them. The year before that, though, when Van Vliet was healthy, they were 26 and 18 in the clutch. Much more reasonable. I think he's going to help there. They already have an identity, which I like too. They're a tough-nosed defensive team. They pound you on the offensive glass. So, you bring in Marcus Smart. That's going to help that tough-nosed defense. You bring back, in theory, Steven Adams, who's just carrying around giant logs I saw during the offseason. That should help, obviously, on the glass. The guy's a monster there still. So I just was a little shocked with how low this number was at 46.5, with how they've done previously. And some of their young guys are, I don't see them getting worse in your Amen Thompsons and your Jabaris and your Tarisans. So I like this over. I don't think they're going 55, 60 wins, but they comfortably feel like close to a 50-win team to me.
They won 52 last year. It was KD for Fred VanVleet. They won 52 the year prior when it was Fred VanVleet for Kevin Durant. I don't think this team is worse.
Yeah,
so I would be over on this as well, but I do have my eyes on Alperen Şengün this season. He's kind of in the Paolo spot for me right now where I'm like, I love the way you play. I don't know if it totally works in a team context because last season he was just like pounding the ball, man.
Yeah.
He was going ISO mode all the time, wouldn't always get to the rim, shot so many floaters, and like that's a pretty inefficient shot. He didn't shoot it all that well either. I felt like the ball stopped with him so often, but they need less creation from Şengün this season. If Fred VanVleet is coming back to take over the playmaking point guard responsibilities so that you're going to have less onus on Şengün to make all the plays, but he needs to have a bounce back season to stay in my guys I like category.
All right, so Rockets over 46.5 for me. Let's do one more round. Who you got your eye on?
Oh, I like the Cleveland Cavaliers, don't I always? Over 47.5 wins from last season. They don't technically have James Harden, but I think he'll be there eventually. Last season, they went 52-30. That was with 26 games of Darius Garland before he was traded for 26 games of James Harden. Evan Mobley only played 65 games. Jared Allen only played 56 games. Wouldn't surprise me if they missed some time as well, but they missed time last season, and they went over 50 wins. They lost Dean Wade, but replaced him with Mario Hezonja. Sideways move? I don't know. We'll see what Hezonja has left. But they're bringing everybody back from the worst possible conference finals team, but they still made a conference finals since Donovan Mitchell got to Cleveland. 51, 48, 64, and 52 wins. Those are all overs. So as long as he's healthy, I think the Cavs hit close to 50 wins.
Yeah, this line, a little perplexing. I guess this is just as simple as the East got better.
East is better.
These top 8 teams or whatever in the East, a lot of them improved, or some teams jumped into that mix, and that'll dilute the Cavs' normally good regular season win total. I think that's the thinking here, because I'm with you. Otherwise, it's like not much different. You're still a Donovan Mitchell-led team. It gets you a lot of regular season wins. Also, so does Harden, for that matter.
For sure.
So, yeah, 47.5. That's really just comes down when they play these other big teams that have gotten better, and the Pacers back in the mix, and obviously the Heat with Giannis, and so on and so on. Like, how many of those are they still getting there? Are they splitting those series? And that again hurts their overall record. Okay, you got the Cavs over that one. When you put that in the doc, I was like, ooh, okay, that one's a little spicy. That one I'm the least convinced of your 3, I would say. My final one might surprise some people. I'm taking the Knicks, the championship Knicks. Excuse me.
That's right.
I'm taking the under 52.5 wins. And big reason why, and I want to give a shout out to the Big Number Pod, who sort of crunched the numbers, showing us there's like a little bit of a championship curse, they called it, when it comes to over-unders. And what they mean by that is there's an average drop-off of nearly 4 wins for a team that just won the title when it comes to those over-unders. And the Knicks last year won 53 games. So maybe they're more of a, 50, 51. That would obviously hit the under here. And I think that's the ballpark they'll be. The Jalen Brunson era Knicks have won 47 games, 50 games, 51 games, and then 53 games. So that is a pattern. It could continue to go up. But I actually think with the season they just had, like the 100 games they just played, and you can sort of take a step back now and try and maybe reduce some minutes for some of these heavy guys that get a lot of minutes there. And you can just slow play it a little bit more. You're the defending champs. I don't think you're going to be all that afraid of anybody, whether you're on the road or not. And they won't look at the regular season as like, we got to go get that number 1 seed or anything like that. Nor have they really ever done that.
They didn't do it last year.
No. So that's why I think they're more of like a 50-win team, and they'll come just under this. They swapped out Mitchell Robinson and Ariel Huckporty, I guess, for Andre Drummond. And I think overall fine, but Mitchell Robinson is a winning player and helped win some of those games with his style.
For sure.
And they're going to hope Drummond can replicate and all that. But I just think there'll be no rush to come out of the gate on fire. And they're obviously a marquee team, so they're going to play these big games early and stuff like that. I think they'll come just under. That's my thinking with this.
Yeah, this one is. I'm like, they nailed this line. They could win 51 to 53 games. It seems exactly perfect to me.
Yep.
And 2 of those are unders, and you win. 1 of those is an over, and you lose. 53 wins last season, like you're saying. 51 in the first Towns season. I think you got to throw in they were super healthy last year. 82 games for Bridges as usual. 75 for Towns. 74 for Brunson. But OG and Josh Hart. OG played 67, and Josh Hart played 66. That's very good for those guys. Come on. They played the second most minutes of any lineup in the league. Their starting lineup. Obviously, they're bringing them all back.
Yep.
But I'm also like, they didn't go for it last year. They were just a good team during the regular season and then completely clicked in the playoffs. Like,
why wouldn't they try and replicate that again, right? We're not winning the championship in February, guys. You know, they've done it. They've proven it.
They won a championship in December.
That's true.
Then they had a bad
They
month.
won the cup. They won the cup. Then they had a brutal month where we were like, oh, the sky is falling. Oh my God, what's wrong?
7 and 8.
Yeah,
what a terrible month.
Yeah. So they've done this before, and I think that's how they'll approach it. And also, Brunson underwent surgery on his wrist a month ago. Now they say he's going to be good to go and basketball activities and all that by the start of the season. But again, that's another reason. Like, we don't need to push this guy. He doesn't need to carry us and stuff like that. Nor does he need to with this squad because it's stacked. This isn't like me saying I don't think the Knicks are going to be able to win another title or get there or go far. Like, no, that's the Knicks in the playoffs, baby. That was the team of destiny. Could they do it again? Yeah, they're elite. This is just regular season. I got them under 52.5.
Yeah, I would be curious. Did Big Number Tom, did he mention the seeds of the teams that won the championship? Because it's more understandable if a team like Oklahoma City wins 67 games and drops to 64.
Right,
it's different 53 to something.
Yeah, I know, you're right. It was 2 weeks ago. I'd have to go do a deep dive on that podcast.
Hey, he could be doing part 2. You can do a part 13.
Maybe it could.
You can just keep going.
Tom Haberstroh, he was on the last one with our guy, our man, Dan Devine.
Okay.
Tom's voice was going.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And I bring this up because Nora, my wife, her voice just suddenly went this week. I don't know if something's going around or not.
Interesting. We just had a kid tested for strep throat. Thumbs down.
Oh, thumbs down. Okay. Well,
the rapid test thumbs down.
Yeah.
We'll see on the full test.
I feel like there's something going on.
Sore throats are going around.
I guess so, man. I'm avoiding it. I'm hoping to
keep your
avoid
mouths
it.
closed.
Yeah. So anyway, those are our over/under, way too early over/under predictions. 6 in total there. You went all overs. I just realized. Hey, what are you, Tass Mellis? Positive Pete over there.
Positive Pete right now. Yeah, it is. It is.
I'm negative.
You want an under? I'll get.
Yeah, give me an under.
What's Let me see what the Golden State Warriors is because I would go under on that one.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, it's 39.5.
That's pretty low. I'll still take the under.
Okay, he's going under. Well, they won 37 last year?
I think so.
Yeah, okay.
They won 37 last year and got more wins this season after doing literally nothing?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Makes you think. Let's hear from you guys out there. This is always fun. Let us know your favorite over or under. Tell us your line and which way you're leaning right now in early August. As I said, it's the drop. We got to do rapid fire. I got the questions. I'll answer with the guys. There's only 3 of us here. And the first one, as alluded to early in the podcast, LaMelo Ball's Charlotte penthouse recently went viral after a moving crew, I guess, shared a video of its eccentric interior. SB Nation compared the design to a Dave & Buster's having a baby with Hot Topic inside Roblox. And I said it has an alien clown core aesthetic. So my question is, what's the most LaMelo Ball-like thing we would find in your home? Yeah.
Downstairs in my office, I have a vintage leopard rug. Not leopards. It's 2 leopards posing on a red rug. Laura's grandfather used to run like a carpet store.
Yep.
So the family just has a bunch of weird rugs everywhere, and I think they were moving her grandmother out, and Jana brought this down and said, "Would you want this?" I was like, "I would want this more than anything."
That is
this
crazy.
thing?
We're
Yeah.
showing it to everybody on YouTube. Podcast listeners, come on over. How big is this rug? I can't tell by this photo.
I mean, it's probably like 8 by 6. Like, it's pretty sizable.
Oh,
it's pretty big. Yeah.
Because it almost looks like that could be like a welcome mat at first size,
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
much bigger. Much bigger.
It's pretty big, yeah.
Now, if that red was like neon green, that's in LaMelo
Oh,
Ball's house.
for sure,
Yeah. All right. I like that one. JD, what about you? What's the most LaMelo Ball-like thing we'd find in
I
there?
mean, we have a lot of crazy shit on our walls because Rachel paints weird pictures.
Yeah,
and,
she could maybe sell a painting to LaMelo.
yeah,
She's got some
probably.
wild designs. Yeah.
But the weirdest thing I have is up in my bedroom, and I think I'm gonna move it down to the set. It's this ad. It's how to describe this? It's a framed picture, a hand painted advertisement, but
Yes.
it's not an advertisement. It goes over products. It's from the Honest Ed's warehouse that shut down, and they auctioned off all their signage that are all hand painted.
Yes.
And this is a haircut kit for $9.99. And my buddy grabbed it for me because we were living in Atlanta. I was like, grab me anything. Literally anything from Honest Ed's. I just want to have it.
Right.
And so this is what he grabbed me. I think he paid $2 for it.
Oh, what a steal.
And it's hand painted and it's kitschy.
Yeah.
But it doesn't really... It seems like you're selling a haircut kit, which we're not. I don't even know what it is. Like it's 10-piece haircut kit, so I don't know if it's.
what is it?
It can't be like electric clippers because for $10,
That seems cheap.
Very cheap.
$10 Canadian.
Maybe it's literally scissors and a little brush.
Combs and
Yeah.
maybe a small mirror or something.
Yeah.
Good deal.
But
10 pieces.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, that's the weirdest thing.
Okay. I asked Nora, what do you think's the most LaMelo Ball-like thing? I showed her the video of his play. She's like, what the hell is going on there? I know, it's crazy. She said, and I'm quoting Nora here before her voice went, "This flip-flop ass magnet from Anguilla." So the one smack dab in the middle there, she hates this magnet.
Really?
Yeah, as most of you know, we collect magnets from everywhere we've ever been, and so we have a big board now to sort of show them in the guest bedroom. But she hates this one, like to the point where she's like, "We have to go back, just to get a new magnet." I'm like, "What's wrong with it? It's stupid. It's ugly. It's in the best way imaginable." But you know, I do think this has the bright, vibrant, kitschy look that a LaMelo would like. Yeah.
The neon green is very
totally.
LaMelo.
Yeah.
Who
But-
picked this magnet?
Oh, me, for sure.
Nice.
Yeah. I don't think I had a lot of options. It was probably an airport pickup. Was just too busy on the beach otherwise, but
It's a crazy magnet.
yeah, it's an ugly one. It's an ugly one. Okay. Next one here. Wemby is spending some time in France this summer, and many of his Spurs teammates took a trip to Paris to join him for some off-season work. And after the gym, the crew hit up the Louvre to see the Mona Lisa. And it looks like they had a private tour. I don't see anybody else in these photos. Yeah. So that's what's inspired the question here. What's a famous building or place that you would love to visit all by yourself?
I want to go to Orfield Laboratories in Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Okay.
They have
is
a
that?
thing called the anechoic chamber, which is the quietest place on Earth.
Okay.
That's creepy.
It like eliminates like
Yeah.
99.9% of sounds. People say that when you're in it, you can hear your blood rushing
I've
through
heard
your
this.
body.
I've heard this.
How crazy would that be? That's like supposedly like a hallucinatory experience because of the sensory deprivation. You can do it in the dark as well. I think there's a New York Times piece about somebody that spent 3 hours in there.
Whoa.
Yeah, it sounds like it would just be crazy to be in
It'd be
there.
crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, I would try it, but I don't think I'd like it.
No,
No.
but I mean, like you've been into like a recording studio, and even that, like you can hear the deadness in
Yes.
the room,
Yeah.
and it's kind of weird.
Creepy.
This, like, I'm reading about it, and like, I think it was a woman who read it. She steps in, and she's like, it felt like the sound was sucked out of my head. It's so weird. She's like, your body is so loud, and you don't even know it because there's just noises around all the
God,
time.
especially me. I'm such a mouth breather. Very loud.
Yeah, it sounds like a good place to go to hate yourself.
Yeah,
That's what I sound like always.
Oh my God. Well, I've told that story before where I've I've run marathons where my headphones cut out on me. So I'm only hearing myself.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm fucking loud. I would never want to run by me. I'm so loud. It's so annoying. JD, what about you? Famous building or place you want to visit by yourself?
I mean, the Louvre is up there. Last
That'd be
time I
pretty
was
cool.
there, it was so packed. Like,
Yeah.
and I've actually never been close to the Mona Lisa because I'm like, fuck it. I'm not standing in line for
Well,
that.
they also hold up things so you can't take photos of it
Yeah.
and stuff. Which is pretty funny.
and like whatever, let them take a photo. Who cares? It's like whatever. But I don't know. Like I look at cruise ships and I go, I wish I was alone on that thing.
Oh, that's
Because I have no
That's a
interest in
good
taking
one.
a cruise, but
Yeah.
if I had the whole ship to myself, I'm into it. There was a guy who went viral because he accidentally he was on a cruise ship by himself, and it was just
a
like
ghost town.
yeah, totally. And I think it was like a
Still
crossing,
rent?
like one of those you can get on a cruise ship that goes across the Atlantic because they just ferry them back and forth for the season, right? You go to the Mediterranean for the summer and then back to the Caribbean for the winter. Anyway, that would be awesome. You know, just to have the entire, like 3,000 crew members and you.
Oh, they're still working. Okay.
Yeah, well, I got to eat.
Well, yeah.
I got
Enjoy the
to,
amenities.
somebody's got to run the bar.
Yeah.
Would you like go see a show?
100%.
Oh, yeah.
100%. I wouldn't go see a comedy show, though. You know how they have like comedy clubs?
The front row.
I'd feel
Just don't
too much
laugh.
pressure to
yeah.
laugh, and I would be roasting.
You'd be the
I'd
crowd
the
work.
one-
He'd have
yeah.
no option. He or she would have no other options.
Exactly.
You would be have to do the crowd work. Wow.
Anybody here from Arizona? Nope. No. All right. No, my bad.
Georgia? Oh yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so I had two answers for this. One, Santorini, Greece
Ooh,
would be great.
Yeah.
By yourself because like cruise ships or whatever. When I
It's
was
so
there,
packed.
it's packed, especially when
Yeah.
those cruise ships come in
Yep.
and unload all these people. They're just walking around and just everything's tight. I mean, it's beautiful, but everything is super, super tight. So Santorini, Greece, or a Sky Zone trampoline park.
Interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. Get the kids out of here.
yeah.
Let me tramp.
Yeah. Let me tramp. Let me bounce here.
My turn. No worry about me running into kids,
Totally.
knocking them over. Yeah, that'd be fun.
That would be fun.
Yeah.
Is
That'd
there
actually be
any
really
staff around? Like,
No, just me. No,
Wow.
I'm running it.
whew,
Yeah.
that's dangerous.
Oh, you think if I get injured, I'm...
Yeah, you break your collarbone and you're like, and there's nobody there to hear.
Good point. I don't
One
think-
guy
I'll
can
be
film.
fine. I'll be fine. All right, last one here. Last weekend, Donovan Mitchell and Coco Jones tied the knot in a ceremony in Connecticut. The two shared their first dance to Music Soul Child's 2000 hit song, Love. I thought it was a pretty good choice. I hadn't heard that song in a long
I have
time.
not heard that song in
And
forever.
I was like, oh yeah, this is a good jam. So my two questions for you guys, the married men here. What was your first dance wedding song? I'm sure you've told us before, but tell us again. And then two, if you had to get married again, maybe you're just redoing your vows, I guess that's what we say.
Yep.
What song would you pick today? So your real first dance wedding song, and then if you did it again today, what song would you pick?
Tough question, man. That's
Okay.
a tough question.
Okay.
Our first dance was to Just One Kiss by Raphael Sadiq and Joss Stone.
Oh, hell yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, I know what song you're talking about.
That's a great song.
Yeah.
Raphael Sadiq and Joss Stone. I haven't said those names out loud, maybe since 2008. What would I pick today, though? I thought it was way harder, and I came down to two songs. Either Come and Get Your Love by Redbone or Kiss by Prince.
Okay. Definitely.
I just love the, like the smooching. But neither of those are like slow dance songs.
Not really.
No, but that's okay.
But I like that. Yeah, I was gonna say you're
they're kinda
switching it
party
up.
songs, yeah.
Yeah.
And look, did I take it my first dance very seriously the first time around? No. Laura was standing. I was holding her hand, sprinting around her. It was awesome. She's just like, oh, what a silly boy I married. So it doesn't have to be very straight-laced, you know? So
Okay,
I think I
okay.
could get away with either of these.
All right, good answers. JD, you said you struggled a little bit with this one.
Oh
too.
yeah, well, we didn't have a first dance. Like we
Oh, you didn't?
didn't. Yeah, I'm like, wow, why
Wait, hold-
didn't we?
Yeah.
We got married in Mexico. It was sort of like we didn't put a lot of thought into any of it, to be honest. I mean, when we didn't even pick the music for the ceremony. It didn't occur to us. Like,
Wow. So who was doing it?
I don't know,
some
guy.
employee.
Yeah, it wasn't even like there wasn't even a DJ because it was like an all-inclusive resort. So it was like they had we had a dinner, we had speeches and all that.
Yeah,
and then we just sort of spilled out into the disco, and then that was sort of everybody.
So
was,
you were with the other people from the resort at a certain point.
Yeah, well, we had like 50 people at the wedding, like who came to the resort.
Yeah.
So I mean, there was that, but. After the dinner itself, there was very little ceremony, and then me and Rachel just left anyway. So we had business to take care of.
Hey.
Right. Well, what was the song playing there?
Oh, that's a great question.
That's a question.
It's probably Bone Thugs and Harmony or some. Who knows? Who knows?
Okay, well then, what song would you pick today?
I mean, it's hard because. I like the love songs that I like. They're all about breaking up, like Dolly Parton, "I Will Always Love You." It's
right.
It's just like everything's got like a twist of pain in it,
Do you think that matters, though? I mean, I hear you. You're like, if you listen to the lyrics, this is maybe a weird song for a wedding, but if it's a good song, it's a good song.
If it's a good song, if it's just the chorus, it's like, "I will always love you." Let's leave it at that.
Good dance, honey.
Yeah, exactly.
Next song.
And also another part of it is like. There's a lot of songs that are beautiful songs, but they're all about "I love you, girl," and it's all from the guy's perspective. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I don't want that. So I'm going with there's two songs. This is an actual one. Well, they're both actual, but if I had my way and could go back to 2003,
okay,
it would probably be "Luna" by Shout Out to Your Dog. By the Smashing Pumpkins. It's one of my favorite songs. And it's literally about just love.
Yeah.
But I would probably pick "How Deep Is Your Love" by the Bee Gees right now. Just timeless, classic. It's fucking great. And it's short. They're both under 3 minutes.
Oh, it's funny you say that.
Key.
It's funny you say that because one of the songs, we got married at a courthouse here in Atlanta, so we didn't actually have a big wedding or do our first dance. But I was thinking if we either did back then or even today, it would probably be the same song. It'd be a song that when we fell in love from an artist, when we fell in love, which is now 25 years I've been with Nora. Sade's "No Ordinary Love."
Ooh.
But the song's 7 minutes long.
Yeah.
Oh, baby.
It's a long ass song. So you just got to turn it off at some point.
Yeah.
You got to switch it up.
Just hand it over to me. I'll cut it down.
Okay, yeah. Okay. The remix. The JD remix of Sade's "No Ordinary Love."
Well, your boy Brian is very good at that as well.
Oh, gee. Well, we need a little bit more than 20 seconds of Sade, your boy Brian. So that's probably my answer, but a couple others under consideration. Maxwell, remember Maxwell?
Yes.
He had a couple jams back in the day. Ascension, good song. Whenever, Wherever, Whatever, good song. And then Alicia Keys, because I asked Nora this, what would you think? And she said, well, we listened to a lot of Alicia Keys when we were first hooking up. So I'm like, so what, Fallen? Or that's her first
one
jam.
I think of, yeah.
That's a great song.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, that one's aren't the lyrics I keep falling in and out of love with you? So
I think
it's one of those situations.
Exactly. But it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
I mean,
it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So
right now, I'm in love with you. That's marriage, baby.
Right now, I am.
There you go. It's ups and downs.
That's a good point. Good point. So those are our answers there. Good stuff, guys. First dance wedding songs. Let's hear from you. What was your first dance wedding song? Or if you haven't been married or you're going to get married, what's it going to be here in 2026? All right, that's rapid fire. Not so rapid.
That might be a good wedding song. How's It Gonna Be by Busta Rhymes and Janet Jackson?
That's a great song.
Yeah, if you can find a way for one of you to morph into silver water.
Oh, yeah.
Very cool.
Damn.
Very cool.
Very, very cool. I was just listening to, funny you brought up Busta Rhymes, Flip Mode Squad. I had that playing in the car the other day.
Go with the posse cuts, huh?
Oh, yeah, man. I love my bass. Hey,
I can't name a single other
I was going to say, name another one.
Only Spliff Star.
We got
Busta.
Rod Digga.
Wow, I didn't know she was in the squad.
I
guess I didn't know
Baby
that.
Sham. We got, you said Split Start. We got Rampage. Yeah.
Just Rampage?
I think there's a guy, is it Lord Have Mercy? Is that his name? It's something like that.
Way.
Look it up.
Squad.
Have we named them all? I may have named them all there.
It's a decent squad size.
Yeah. Oh, I love the Flip Mode Squad, man. Flip Mode Squad forever. But
what about Brittle Low? Too early. Lord have mercy.
Lord have mercy.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, good.
DJ Scratch. Forgot about DJ Scratch.
Right. That's that era. That's 98. I think Flip Mode Squad.
Sure.
I put it on. I'm like, oh yeah, Skits.
Skits. Yeah, they had skits back then.
Oh,
Yeah.
man. It's like a banger of a song, and then, like, let's have a dumbass 1 minute skit on the end of this. It's like annoying to listen to in the car. Like, all right, skip. All right, anyway, rapid fire. That's it for today's show. So, plan is we're back on Monday. Tass will be back with us, I believe. Brand new No Dunks podcast. So we'll be talking about whatever NBA news, whatever concept we come up with, topic we come up with there. Later in the week, though, next week, starting on Friday, we're rolling out our Pirates of the Caribbean series called The Booty Boys. And there we are.
Yeah, baby.
As pirates. Wow, look at this crew. Look at this motley crew here. Man, we look good as pirates, guys.
You can actually pull it off. Yeah.
So yes, our Pirates of the Caribbean series will be doing all 5 movies from that Phil franchise and breaking it down, having a lot of larfs, going through the movies and talking about starting next Friday, and then those will drop subsequent Fridays for the next 5 weeks. So that'll always be, for the most part, your Friday content. The Booty Boys, what we're going with it. We were Fast Friends for Fast and Furious. We were Jurassic Pals for Jurassic Park. And now we're the Booty Boys. Arr, yes. So a couple shows next week. Hit the like button, subscribe, 5-star ratings and reviews. Until next week, Clipper Bros.
You heard it here first. Have a great time. Turn up. Love you guys. Awesome.
Thanks for joining us. And remember, act your age, not your shoe size.
Brace the day, people.